Do you feel like you are running out of time, wasting time? Do you feel like you are behind in life? If that's you, then carry on watching the video. I'm going to just go through some of my personal experiences and some experiences that I know that a lot of you have faced and experiences that I saw working as a probation officer to help you understand what this feeling is and why you're feeling like this. How our life society is set up in a linear way. From the minute we are at school, we are told to believe that things only happen one step after the next. So it's school, exams, tests, then you move on to the next thing, then you move on to the next thing. And then you go to uni, you get a job, and before you know it, you are stuck in that trap of thinking, to be successful or to be an adult, I need to do this step and then this step and this step. And it's almost as if you are going through levels in life. You feel like you haven't completed certain levels at a certain time, or you're looking at what other people have done and you're thinking, well, I haven't done that. So what exactly is this feeling? Why is it that our society is like that? And how can you move away from this trap that is limiting your thinking and stopping you from actually making the decisions that you want to do in your life? First thing is, if you fall into this trap of thinking like that, you are going to make decisions in your life that is not really for you, don't really fit, that don't really align with where you are in your life, but you're making that decision because you feel that's what you need to do. And when you start making decisions on what you think you need to do, you are gonna find yourself unhappy later down the line, or you're gonna find yourself just not feeling right, feeling resentful, feeling guilty, and that's just going to drag you down in life. I get this question asked quite a lot from you guys, is am I too old to be a probation officer? And I always say, no, of course you're not too old, but I feel like here I can go into more depth about why I truly believe that. And it goes back to what I've said at the beginning. There is no linear way. Forget what you've been told and taught at school. Forget all of that experience, because there is no certain time to start a career, there's no certain time to change a career. Gone are the days from when our parents, grandparents got that job and stayed in that career. If you are in the position where you're maybe in a job at the moment and you're thinking, I would really like a career change, maybe you have a degree, maybe you don't have a degree, but you're kind of stuck thinking, what shall I do? Oh, but I'm too old to do this. Then I want you to really hear and understand this, that there is no set expectation to be starting a job or changing a career. If you are feeling pulled towards something, or your current situation is making you just feel stuck and it's not challenging you and you feel like you're not realizing your potential, then change that situation up. You are the only person that has the control to change your life. And you might be thinking of all the things that might hold you back from changing your career to be a probation officer. You might be thinking, well, I haven't been in education for years and years, or that you've now got kids that you need to look after, that by the time you qualify, you're going to be so tired and so exhausted. These are all scenarios that you're thinking will happen that haven't even happened yet. They are future scenarios that your energy is going into. So instead of putting your energy into future scenarios of how it might go wrong, how it might not work out, put that energy into actually figuring, okay, well, how am I going to get there? Start getting information. So in my video, I've got a long playlist about probation officer videos, and really start trying to understand, okay, well, what actually is the role? What actually is the job? And how am I going to get there? You know, am I going to start looking for when the application? Am I going to look at how to actually just take action and apply for it? So sometimes we need that extra boost to be like, you know what, you can do this. You can be a probation officer. if that is what you want to do. Often we are the worst people saying to ourselves, I can't do this because of that, I can't do this because of that. So I'm your person to be right here for you, saying, do you know what, if you're on the fence and you're not sure if you want to change your career, just do it, just take the action. So many times has this happened in my life where I have needed that encouragement from other people. So when I was deciding whether to go to uni or not, so I knew I didn't want to go straight after A levels, so I had a gap year, and then I just needed that extra encouragement to be like, yeah, you can go to uni, because I always used to think I'm not really academic, I'm not going to be clever enough to go to uni, and I even chose I don't know how to say this without offending anyone who's at these unis, but a uni where you don't really need much grades. You know, I chose a lower uni. I didn't have that belief in myself that I'd be able to go to one of these more academic red brick unis. Again, when I was going to do the probation officer training, I had encouragement from other colleagues who were applying for it, saying, well, I'm doing it, so why can't you? And what I've learnt now is, instead of always relying on external encouragement, you need to be that encourager for yourself and realise, okay, what actually have I done in my life, or what have I done so far that actually demonstrates to myself that I do have the ability, that I am capable, and that, yeah, I am confident and able to do this. So this is what I go through in my coaching program. So I know lots of you are interested in the coaching program to get help for your probation applications, but that's just one step of the way. Another step of the way is actually focusing on building up your confidence, building up that belief in yourself, because you're going to need that throughout your career and in your life. But if you want to put your best foot forward and develop in your career and develop as yourself, you do really need to focus on growing yourself as a person. So instead of always relying on external sources, build up your internal resources. And you can kickstart that by having me as your coach, by having that accountability and having someone who genuinely understands, who has been through there myself and who is still learning and growing and working on my internal self. If you do want to join my probation program, then click the links and it will take you to my booking page where you can book in to see if you are suitable for the program. Another example for you from my life is when I wrote my book. So when I wrote my book, it was one of my long-term goals. I want to write a book one day. And it was my coach and mentor that said to me, well, why not now? And when someone else actually is there to challenge you and push you past your own beliefs and ideas, it's amazing what you can do, which is why I'm such an advocate for having coaching, because it really does challenge you and stretch you and releases your potential that you have inside you and makes you take action, and you will never look back. So when I write my book, I realised, you know what, I have the potential, I have it in me, I have the ability to do this, so why don't I just get on and do it? So when you start thinking more like that, you will start to see more opportunities open for yourself. So I know some of you that I've personally spoke to saw maybe the probation application advertised and thought, no, I can't be a probation officer, that's not for me. It's because we've got preconceived ideas of what certain professions are, what certain people are, and we have, our own ideas about ourselves where we think, no, I'm not good enough for that, I'm not ready for that. And I also find this a lot with us females, more so than men, and even the research backs this up, that men tend to go for jobs that are way above their pay grade, way above their skill set, but they apply anyway. So us girls seem to be more harsh on ourselves and more harsh in our abilities. And I've seen this as well. When I was doing my training and when I qualified, it was the guys that were progressing through the career quickly into be like managers and you know, moving on to other roles to climb that career ladder. So I really, really want to especially help empower girls, you know, help empower us women, because I know exactly what it's like. But I'm going to do another video about why I actually left the probation service, why I quit my job. So look out for that one next, and I'll go through my journey, in which I will talk about my own limiting beliefs. For watching, and subscribe to my channel, because it does really help other people find this and obviously helps my channel grow.